remember a time in my life when motivation felt unpredictable. One week, I felt unstoppable. Focus was sharp, energy was clean, discipline was easy. I wake up ready to move, ready to build, ready to execute. And it felt good. It felt natural. It felt like who I really was. Then, without warning, something shifted. I would wake up tired, heavy, foggy. My focus would scatter. My drive would disappear. My patience would shrink. And I would start asking myself the same questions every time. What happened? Why can't I stay consistent anymore? Why does my motivation disappear? Why am I like this? And the hardest part was that nothing external changed. Life didn't collapse. I didn't lose anything. I wasn't going through a crisis. Everything looked normal, except for me. Maybe you know that exact feeling. When your motivation comes in waves and you don't even know why. You have seasons where you feel locked in and powerful, and seasons where you feel lost in your own head. It makes you question your discipline at all. It makes you question your habits. It makes you question your identity. But here's the truth. Your motivation isn't random. It isn't a mindset problem. It isn't because you lack discipline. It isn't because you're inconsistent. Your motivation follows rhythm. Your body decides that rhythm. Your motivation rises and falls for a biological reason. It follows a nervous system rhythm, not a mindset problem. Most people believe motivation is a mindset. They think it's discipline. They think it's willpower. They think it's mental toughness. But none of these things explain your waves. Here's the truth. No one ever taught you. Motivation comes from your physical state, not your mental state. It rises when your body is regulated, and it crashes when your nervous system is overloaded. Your thinking does not create motivation. Your biology does. When your system has energy, safety, rhythm, and capacity, motivation feels normal. When your system is tired, tense, overloaded, or dysregulated, motivation shuts off. It's not because you're weak either, but because your body is protecting you. Motivation is physiological. Your motivation waves make perfect sense when you understand the 3 layers of the human energy system. These layers decide whether your motivation turns on or off. Let's break them down. The first layer, your biological fuel window. Most people do not understand that motivation is tied directly to biological fuel windows. This is your body's natural rise and fall of glucose, cortisol, oxygen, neurotransmitters, circadian rhythm, and nervous system stability. When these elements align, your body shifts into a state called optimum activation. This is the zone where motivation feels easy. Your mind feels clear. Your energy feels clean. Your decisions feel very simple. Your discipline feels natural. Your identity feels stable. But when one of those systems is off, even slightly, your motivation dips sharply. Here's some examples. You skip breakfast and suddenly you feel unfocused and foggy. You eat poorly and you feel foggy for hours. You stay up too late and can't lock in the next day. You get overstimulated and your drive collapses. You push too hard at the gym and you feel drained mentally. You ignore rest signals and your clarity vanishes. This is not inconsistency. This is physiology. Your brain determines your drive, not your willpower. Layer 2, your emotional load and your mental bandwidth. Your mind cannot focus when your emotional load is full. It can't create drive when your system is overwhelmed. It can't generate motivation when your bandwidth is already consumed. Every emotion you don't process becomes a background task, taking up energy. Your motivation isn't disappearing. It's being used to manage your internal world. For example, you think you are motivated, but you're actually overloaded. Your drive is gone because your emotions are heavy. Your patience is thin because your bandwidth is full. You start tasks but can't finish them because your system is bracing. You overthink everything because your body feels tense. You procrastinate because your emotional load is way too high. It's capacity issues. This is not a mindset issue. Your emotions take up the same energy your motivation needs. Layer number 3, your energy recovery gap. Most people underestimate how important recovery is for motivation. They think motivation is something that you feel, but motivation is something that you recover into. When your output is higher than your recovery, even slightly, your system cannot sustain motivation. Your nervous system collapses. Your energy drops. Your identity shifts into survival mode. Your productivity becomes reactive. Your emotional regulation weakens. And this is why you get bursts of motivation followed by long stretches of flatness. You feel inconsistent. You blame yourself. You feel broken. You lose trust in your own discipline. But it's not inconsistency. It's depletion. Your recovery gap is bigger than your energy reserves. When I finally understood this, everything changed. I stopped beating myself up for losing motivation. I stopped telling myself I needed more discipline. I stopped thinking something was wrong with me. My motivation waves were not a character flaw. They were biological signals. My body was telling me when we had energy. My body was telling me it was overloaded. My body was telling me when it needed recovery. For the first time, my life made sense. And something shifted in my identity too. I stopped seeing myself as inconsistent. I stopped seeing myself as someone who starts strong and fades out. I stopped seeing myself as someone who can't stay motivated. I realized I had never been inconsistent. I had been dysregulated. I had been overloaded. I had been tired. I had been disconnected from my rhythm. When I got back into rhythm, my motivation stopped crashing. It became steady, reliable, predictable. Not because I forced it, but because my body finally supported it. Imagine waking up and your motivation feels clean and real. Imagine feeling steady instead of chaotic. Imagine knowing exactly when to push and exactly when to reset. Imagine building momentum that does not fall apart the next day. Imagine your energy supporting your goals instead of fighting them. Imagine not doubting yourself. Imagine not fighting your body. Imagine not negotiating with your discipline. Imagine not trying to drag yourself into productivity. Imagine motivation feeling natural, productive, predictable, rhythmic, because your system is aligned. Your energy is balanced. Your biology is steady. Your emotions are clear. Your nervous system is calm. This is the 180 state. Your best self supported by your best biology. As per your instruction, motivation doesn't come from pushing harder. It comes from getting into rhythm. And build consistent motivation. If you want the daily system that helps your body reset, regulate, and build consistent motivation, start with the daily reset rhythm. The link is in the description below. If you want community support and accountability with people learning the same principles and rhythms, you can join the Whole Life 180 Tribe. Link will also be in the description below. Stay tuned for new episodes each week where we deep dive